Hi there, and thanks for tuning in today. Today we're going to be looking at lesson 2.2, adding rational numbers, and that one is just simply adding decimals. So just make sure that you have your notes titled for today. You are going to be looking for 7 things to write down, so let's go ahead and get started. The first thing we want to make sure we have written is our songs, and just make sure that you have your song written in your notes. I'm going to go ahead and get you to pause the video now so you can have time to write it. Once you're done, click play. This first one you're just going to watch me do. So again, thinking of your song, you're using the same rules as your song. Same sign, add and keep, different sign, subtract. Since these are different signs, I'm going to subtract them. Notice that 3.4 is listed second, but I still need to start with 3.4 and then subtract the lower one, 2.7. 4 minus 7 can't happen, so I'm going to borrow, but I can do 14 minus 7, that's 7, and 2 minus 2 is 0. So I do get 0.7. But I need to keep the sign of the larger value, which is negative 3.4, so my answer is going to be negative 0.7. Here are 2 questions for you to try, so you're going to pause the video now. Again, same sign, add and keep, different sign, subtract. Make sure that you line up those decimals when you're adding and subtracting for decimals. All right, here we go. So number 2, these are different signs, so I do need to subtract them. I'm going to put my highest number first, 1.5. Minus 1.3, 5 minus 3 is 2, 1 minus 1 is 0, so I do get 0.2, and I'm going to keep the negative because my larger value is negative. Over here for number 3, again, different signs, so I'm going to subtract those two. 2.1, take away 0.8, I need to borrow, and I'm going to get 11 minus 8, which is 3, and 1 minus 0, which is 1. I do get 1.3, but my answers will still be negative because my larger value is negative. How did we do? Number 4 and 5, you're going to try on your own. So again, let's pause the video, solve it using your songs, make sure to sing your song, and then click play when you're ready to check. All right, so here we go. For number 4, those are same signs. So same sign, add and keep. I'm going to add both of those. So 0.4 plus 1.9. It really doesn't matter if the lower numbers on the top or the higher numbers on top because you're just adding. 4 plus 9 is 13, carry my 1, and then 1 plus 0 plus 1 is 2. I get 2.3, but since these both were negative, my answer will stay negative because the song tells me to do that. Same sign, add, and keep the same sign. Number 5, same type of deal here. I'm just adding because they are both negative. 2.3 plus 0.6, I'm going to get 2.9. And since they're both negative, I'm going to keep my answer as a negative, negative 2.9. How'd you do? Number 6, you're again going to try it, so let's go ahead and pause and try one more, and then we'll look at number 7 once we're done checking number 6. All right, so how we do number 6, they're different signs, so different signs, subtract. When I'm setting up my subtraction, 7.62 needs to go on top because it's the bigger number, and then 4.05 goes on the bottom. I do need to borrow, so that becomes a 5. This will become a 12. 12 minus 5 is 7. 5 minus 0 is 5. And then 7 minus 4 is 3, so I get 3.57. My 3.57 is going to stay positive because my largest value is also positive, so I'm done with number 6. The last one is a challenge, and you can kind of do this one with me. If you want to go ahead and pause it now to see if you can try the challenge by yourself, go ahead, but let's go ahead and try this together. So it says evaluate 2x plus y when x is equal to 1/4 and y is equal to negative 3/2. 2x would mean you're doing 2 times 1/4, and then plus y would be plus negative 3/2. When I multiply 2 over 1/4, I get 2/4, which simplifies to 1/2. So 1/2 plus negative 3/2. I have different signs, subtract. So I'm going to subtract 3, take away 1, I'm going to get 2/2. Keep the negative because they keep the sign a larger value, and that's going to just equal negative 1. So you might have a question like that on your homework tonight. Just wanted to make sure you're okay with plugging in numbers still, but the plugging in of the numbers I think tonight will have some decimals. So that's going to conclude our notes for today. Just make sure you have 7 things written down. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next.